just a good old boy.
Howdy y'all, I am Fluffing hay today. Got the krone on. This is not the tedder I put the teeth on, it's actually the other one. I've still got to get that seal for that tedder. I can run it right now. The gearbox is full of grease, but there wasn't no point, so I just left it there, and I got the other one that doesn't have a seal bad, so that's why I'm not running it. But I mowed some hay earlier with a conditioner. The square bale too, and I got that knocked out, and I'm fluffing this out, hoping to bale this in a day or two if it don't rain. The weather forecast this week here, I don't know what it's like everywhere else, but if y'all live around here, or in Georgia, North Georgia anyway, where I'm at, man, it has jumped all over the place. They can't make up their mind what day it's going to rain or what day it's not going to rain. They know that the air is looking like hot and sort of dry, but it has the potential to make a thunderstorm. So they've put 20% for every day. And then you'll get up and you'll look at your phone, you'll think, hey, I'll check the weather. An hour later after you just looked at it, and all of a sudden, they got a 30-40% chance of rain this day. And then you'll check it 30 minutes later, then there's 0% chance rain that day. And I'm like, how can you do this and have it that wrong? Either make a prediction and leave it there, or leave it alone. I mean, sometimes you're wrong, but this jumping all over the place and having no consistency whatsoever is just crazy to me. I mean, we're not talking days apart and then they leave it that way for a day. We're talking hours apart and checking it. I mean, it's just constantly changing. They're just all over the place, and it's driving me crazy because I'm at the point to where I'm like, should I cut more hay? Should I not cut more hay? Should I cut more hay? Should I not cut more hay? So I have the fields that I need to square bale or roll for horse quality hay that's actually really good quality right now are ready. I mean, they're ready. I mean, they're just sitting there. They've grown off good on second cut. Looks like there's going to be really good yield on them, and they're just sitting there. And with this forecast jumping around like it is, I'm afraid to even cut them because I don't want to take the chance on cutting it and then a pop-up thunderstorm come over and rain on it with that much uncertainty. It's one thing to do it and have one day that they're thinking, well, this is a pretty decent chance, but I mean, it literally is dancing around days. I mean, I have seen nearly every day of the week show high chance of rain and then it go away, and then another day show high chance of rain. So it's just all over the place, and I can't really plan on what we're doing and which direction I want to go. So this week, what I did is when we cut this, it's actually showing a really good chance of having dry weather. So we went ahead and cut this. So since then, I've just basically said the heck with it, and I took a small good field, and then we cut another field of cow hay too. In both of them, if the good hay gets wet, it's not a large field. I mean, it's not like I've got 40 acres on the ground or 20 or 30, and I'm going to lose a crap load of money off of it. It's a little 10 acre or under field that we've got down, and it's not the end of the world. I mean, ideally, I don't want to see it get wet, but it is square bale hay that I'd like to get up, but I've got to get moving on it and get it done, or I'm going to get behind and the hay's going to get too far along and it's not going to be that good of quality. So I'm just sitting here and I'm was frustrated, I guess you could say, because the weathermen cannot predict anything within even a 2 to 3 day period anymore. It's got to where it's just all over the place. You can't even rely on it. They say 20% it rains. They say 100% it don't rain. And it's just, I don't know what they're doing with the weather, but in the last, I don't know, 5 years or so, it seems like they have just absolutely had no grip or hold at all on what the weather's going to do in a 3 day period. I mean, they just have absolutely zero idea what's going on. And I want to get as much of our good quality square bale hay done in this month as I can. Cow hay, if it gets a little old, whatever. I mean, I'm more worried about the good stuff that I'm going to be selling, trying to get it done now. And the reason why is August is a hot month for us. It's like July. And it's ideal for getting up square bale hay in a timely fashion and not having to worry about trying to, I guess you could say, as long as you got 4 days of dry weather. Right now, as hot as it is, if I could get 3 days of dry weather with the conditioner and the tedder and everything else, I can get it done. And that's kind of what I'm fighting with right now, is I want to get it done now while I'm not really concerned with what the weather's going to do as far as the temperature, so I can get this hay dried out quickly and get it off. Because once September gets here, it starts to really fall off really quick. The days start getting shorter, the dews start getting heavier, fall's starting, you feel it kind of creeping on you. I mean, you've got about a 2 week period at the 1st September where you can do it. And then after that, if you're going to do any, you're going to need preservative, and that's more money wasted to get it up. And I don't want to have to do that if I don't have to. And my hay's ready now, and I've purposely tried to manage it to where it would be manageable this year and get it done early, and possibly even get a third cut on these good fields, and have a decent cut off of them. I want to get them cleaned off, and then maybe we could even possibly, if we need it, get that third cut in later, in rolls. I don't know about squares. I don't want to have to do preservative if I don't have to. Even though I've got the rig and I've got everything I need to do it, I don't want to have to do it unless I have to because of the expense. It's just one expense I'm out to produce the hay and less money we make. I want to get it done now when I don't have to have it, rather than having to use it. I mean, every little bit helps. Which some people use it all the time, but I just don't. I don't want to have to do it unless I have to, because that's just that much less money that we have tied up in it that we put in our pocket rather than just throwing in the wind, I guess you could say. Even though it's great when you absolutely need it, but if you don't have to use it, I don't want to use it. I guess that's what my point is. But yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at with the weather here lately. I mean, it's just, the weather the last 4 years here has just been kind of crazy to me anyway. It's wet. Normally we're not as wet as we've been, and it's raining a lot this time of year where normally it's not, and we can get up dry hay easier. So it's made it very difficult the last several years, which is a good thing because it does help us grow the hay and make a good crop off of it to be profitable. So I'm not really complaining. I just need some time to get it up. We miss windows this time of year that I feel like we shouldn't miss if they would predict the weather accurately enough within a 3-day period at least that we could capitalize on it. Because there's a lot of times that they say it's going to rain, and then it never rains, and that just makes me want to beat my head up against the wall Because I mean, obviously, the only way you're going to predict weather is with God. I mean, they don't really have the idea, but they miss it a lot. It's just, I don't know if they just think that now that our area is more suburban and there's not a lot of ag going on, so weather is not really at the utmost importance of people unless it interferes with them going to the pool or something. Really, that's the only reason they even care about weather, unless you're maybe a landscaper or something like that. I mean, you can, but it's not the end of the world. But I mean, for farmers, the weather forecast is number one. I mean, we want to, especially in the hay business, we want to know accurately what the weather is doing, and especially when we're baling square hay. And I had the first time this year, and I don't know when, I had square bale hay get wet the other day, and it hurt. It hurt me bad when that happened. And I've been very lucky up to this point. A lot of other people have been hung out in the weather, but I've been very careful. If it's not a 10% or less chance anymore, I don't cut square bale hay. I'm stepping out on a limb this week because I don't want to get behind, and it's a small field, on 20% chance nearly every day. And I just don't. And you would think that if there's actually a chance to get rain, it would be greater than 20%, right? I mean, if it's a 50-50 chance, it should be 50% chance. If it's a 100% chance, it should be 100% chance. But I feel like they're chasing 20 and 30% chances that it's actually going to rain. The only time they predict that it's not going to rain, or there's a pretty good chance it's not going to rain, is 10 and 0. And even then, it can rain. 50-50 is 50-50 chance it's going to rain. And not 20%. 20. They're playing it as 20% chance is 50-50, I guess is what you can say. And it's irritating the crap out of me. Let me know what y'all think about these wonderful, educated, high-class weathermen we have now that are so grand and great, and their job that they're doing predicting weather. That's my little bit of a calm rant of the day. I'm definitely not heated like I am sometimes, but that's definitely my calm rant of the day. Thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.